Hi everyone, it's Salome. I've made a little video about the most recent developments in Massmart over the course of the last year. As you know, Walmart bought a stake in Massmart about 10 years ago, a 51% stake. But since then, Massmart hasn't been doing very well and it lost about 80% in value. Over the last financial year, the company's stock more than halved in value, and that makes it the worst performer of the 13 stocks on the FTSE JSE Africa General Retailers Index. Walmart's executive Mitchell Slape took over from Guy Hayward as CEO in September 2019. Slape has replicated the Walmart retail model of dramatically slashing costs and getting rid of underperforming assets. It's been clear in the company's handling of Dion Wired, which had been underperforming. In the 2019 financial year, which ended on 31 December 2019, Massmart's mass discounters division, including Dion Wired and Game, fell to an annual trading loss of over 600 million. There have been some drastic changes to both Dion Wired and Game. In March 2020, Massmart announced that it would close down its 23 Dion Wired stores, and this has had an impact on around 1,440 employees. After this, the company announced that it planned to cut nearly 1,800 jobs at Game, and Massmart is currently in Section 189 talks with labor unions. Another big change is Massmart's focus on e-commerce. They got another guy in from Walmart to lead its e-commerce operations. We can see that Game's online sales in the first 6 months of the year increased by 100% compared to the prior year. The new CEO believes that Massmart's countrywide store footprint, as well as its distribution centers, puts it in a position to compete with Naspers-owned Takealot, which sells quite similar products, but online. Massmart has also announced that it will be consolidating its 4 divisions, which were Mass Cash, Mass Warehouse, Mass Build, and Mass Discounters. There will now be 2 divisions, Massmart Retail and Massmart Wholesale. Retail will be holding Builders, Game, Dion Wired, and Cambridge, and Wholesale will be holding Macro, Shield, and Wholesale Cash and Carry. When it comes to its operations, Massmart reported at the end of 2019 that it had almost 450 stores in 13 countries in sub-Saharan Africa. This, however, has changed given the closures of the Dion Wired stores. Mass Discounters, which used to be Game and Dion Wired, used to have 171 stores across the continent. This will have changed significantly since reporting. Mass Warehouse, which is Macro and Fruit Spot, has 22 stores in South Africa. Mass Build has 118 stores in South Africa, Botswana, Mozambique, and Zambia. And Mass Cash, which also will be seeing some changes in the coming few months, has 130 stores in South Africa, Botswana, Lesotho, Mozambique, Namibia, Swaziland, and Zambia. These are the 13 countries that Massmart operates in, including Ghana, Nigeria, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Zambia, Mozambique, Namibia, Botswana, Eswatini, Lesotho, and South Africa. Its main operations are in South Africa. Most of its sales come from South Africa. When it comes to Massmart's revenue and profit, we can see that their revenue went up slightly in the 2019 financial year by almost 3%. However, when we're looking at profit before tax, the picture looks much different. Massmart operated at quite a large loss in the 2019 financial year of around 1 billion South African rand. This is broken down by divisional sales. We can see here that Mass Warehouse and Mass Cash make up quite a large percentage of the pie, whereas Mass Bold only makes up about 15% of the sales and Mass Discount is about 21%. The picture looks a little bit different when we look at profit before tax. Mass Discounters and Mass Cash have suffered significantly with losses of almost 400 million each during the financial year. Mass Build and Mass Warehouse have contributed about 100 million and 800 million to profit before tax. For the 2019 financial year, Massmart had to pay 2 CEO salaries for Hayward, who resigned, and Slape, who took over from him. When we look at Slape's salary slip, we can see that his salary is relatively low, but he received 2 other payments listed under bonuses and other benefits that bring his total remuneration to around 6.5 million rand. In 2019, Hayward received quite a large salary of around 20 million and an LTI of around 10 million. This is because he left the company. He had a lot of payouts, so his total was around 35 million, which is quite high. There was a sharp increase in average remuneration in 2019 for executive directors, and this is largely in part due to the LTI payments made to Hayward. When we're looking at non-executive directors, there was a 14% drop in their average total annual remuneration. When we look at workers, we can see that over the course of the last 10 years, Massmart has significantly increased its workforce from 27,729 in 2010 to 51,000 workers in 2020. But there's been significant changes to this over the course of the last few months, and given the precarious financial positions of both Mass Cash and Mass Discounters, it is highly likely that there are more retrenchments to come. When we look at the annual report, we can see that Massmart refers to its workers as associates, which comes directly from Walmart. Massmart does not give a lot of information on the structure of its employment. In the annual report, Massmart writes that they have 51,000 FTEs who work across our business, but in a further table, Massmart notes that the total number of permanent associates is 40,000. So this gives us some basis of comparison. Over 11,000 employees at Massmart are currently not classified as permanent, and this number is set to increase as Massmart looks to lower costs. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email or contact me on WhatsApp. Thank you so much.